Don't work. It's really weird.
Okay.
You're the star of the day today?
Doug, music. Music. I'll set this back up, Paula. Paula's here today, and you might recognize these colors and whoops, I'm having a little trouble. You might recognize these colors and papers because Paula is here today with her Enchanted Autumn cards, and we're pretty excited about that. So welcome all our friends, and I'm going to pop over here and show you that we are memory bound in Ankeny, Iowa. We're right in the middle of the state, and the state is right in the middle of the country, so if you're not familiar with us. And this year we're celebrating our 20th anniversary, which I cannot believe we've been here 20 years. It has flown by for sure. And one of the things we're doing to celebrate is we developed or whatever, designed, I guess designed is a better word, a collection of paper called Enchanted Autumn. It's got 25 papers, and they're beautiful fall colors, the purples, the greens, the oranges, the golds. And our staff all have a collection pack, and they have been creating like crazy lots of projects. And if you want to see all the projects, you can go online and go to our photos, and there's a whole photo album that has all the projects out there. And Janet is also posting on our blog each day after our staff member kind of shows what they got, what they did and what they designed, and then she'll put a little post on the blog too, so you can find that. And if you don't know where our blog is, it's pretty easy to find if you go to memorybound.com, and then you'll see across the top, you'll see a little tab that says blog. And Janet, here's a public thank you for all you do keeping our blog up to date. We really appreciate it. So good morning, everybody. Good morning, Paula. Here we are today, and Paula's got looks like some stuff prepared.
Yep.
Yay. Well, thank you, Paula. Well, let's go ahead and get started. We got a lot of people watching. A lot of our friends, our crafty friends, are out there in cyberland, you might say, and they're watching us right now. So, Paula, what you got today?
I have some cards to show. One thing I did want to mention that's been recently added to the website is on our calendar, it shows who's doing the video or what the video is about, which is a neat addition.
Good point.
To use as a reference for future, or hopefully that calendar will stay up. I think it'll be up for a while.
We're going to try really hard to keep it up to date.
We're learning as we go, right?
We had our calendar, back when we had classes in the store, our calendar was very accurate and listed everything, and then the pandemic hit and we kind of like quit doing it, and now we're getting started again. So you'll know who is here in the morning, like Paula said, and I mean, I'm sure everybody wants to watch everybody, but at least you'll know what to get ready for.
Yeah.
Everyone says, Paula, it's really hot. Hot in Arkansas, hot in Missouri.
It's hot in Iowa.
Here too, for a few more days.
And maybe I don't know, but Katie's here today, and so maybe I tried to persuade her to do a run by, so we'll see.
We'll see what she does.
Okay, so I was telling Kelly this morning, I've heard designers and like magazine people talk about doing something way in advance, and how when it comes time, you forget what you did when it actually comes time to present your item. So we've had this collection kit for a couple of months.
Yeah,
and
I would say
so I was anxious to get started right away and play with it. And now I've kind of forgotten what I did, so I had to go back and remind myself. So the first thing I did was this card right here, which is called a quad fold, and I am going to show you the guts of how to do this.
Oh, so that's a quad fold.
It's a quad
I've done
fold.
Like triple fold, but I haven't done a quad before.
Actually,
Paula.
it probably is just 3 folds, but they called it a quad fold.
Yeah, but there's 4 sections.
Yeah, with 3 folds.
So it opens up all the way like this.
So I got this paper, and I knew I wanted to try this this format, and so I really wanted to focus on the paper. And I labored over this for a couple of hours trying to pick just the right things and put it together. And then I got it done and I walked away and I was talking with my husband, and I just like this idea came to me of some scraps that I had on my desk. So I went right back in. So this card took me like a long time. I went right back in and I created this card in just minutes. And I think it's my favorite.
Oh, good.
So this one is the border papers sheet from the sheet of borders, I guess you'd say. So floral, and then there's the wood grain behind it. And then this is the die that was included in the kit before we ran out. And this is a die called Feathered Friends, which has been out for a while. It's a Sizzix, maybe Tim Holtz.
It's Tim Holtz, called Feathered Friends, and it's on its way. It'll be back in stock early next week.
Which is really fun to do with the paper, because the paper, as we've been pointing out, is so variable. So even within the purples, there's variety. And so it's fun to pick little pieces out. And I did go online and see if there really are purple birds, and there are.
Wow, Paula, is this a homeschool moment?
Yes. And then this one I saw on Instagram, and maybe I'm better left standing up. And so I'm not going to show you.
That one's very striking.
I'm not going to talk about that too much, and I can come back and show that another time if people are interested. And then the cut aparts, cut that apart and just did the notched it, the opposite of corner rounding, whatever that is.
Yeah, I think that's perfect. Did you do that with a circle punch, or did you have a notch punch?
I have a notch punch,
okay, I think we have a notch punch too.
And then this one is a fun kind of surprise fold, just using the paper.
Oh, that's very surprising.
And the one thing that I wanted to show you about this is, and I'm going to show you how to make this card.
Oh, good, because I want to know too.
So
Paula.
the 20 up here, I don't know if you can see, but I cut these out. These are dies that I cut out. And the 0 I put on with glue, and I tried to be very careful. And you can see that I have glue showing. I clobbered it up. The 2, I remembered.
Oh, yep.
That you can put score tape, or what we call the toilet paper double-sided adhesive, on the back of your cardstock. Leave the paper backing on, and then die cut out what you want, and then it makes it like a sticker, and you just peel off the paper and stick it on, and then you don't have any glue goos.
So that's the score tape, and this particular one is 2 inches. We have 1.5 inches, and the toilet paper roll adhesive is been out of stock, and it is availability unknown, but the score tape is a great alternative for adhering your die cuts.
In fact, I find it easier to use because the toilet paper is about 4 inches wide, and so I feel like this is a little bit easier to work with. It's only 2 inches wide, and you don't necessarily have to have the whole thing covered for it to stick on. And then this is some little fussy cutting that I did around the flowers, and again the die.
I got to tell you, Paula, Dawn just said hello from New Mexico.
Oh!
If you've been missing Dawn this week, she is out of town, and she just said hello from New Mexico. So, Dawn, hope you're having a great trip.
I love
Way
New
down
Mexico.
south.
Yeah. I'm not going to put that on right now.
That is a surprise card. I can't wait to see how you made it. Because
So the 20 is for 20 years, and again a cut apart. The actual anniversary of Memory Bound opening is October 1st.
So that saying right there is even more meaningful, isn't it?
Yes. Because without October, we wouldn't have Memory
Especially
Bound.
back in October of 2001, that was very meaningful.
Yeah. So,
well, Paula, those are amazing, and people are getting a lot. You're getting a lot of hearts from our viewers, so they really love it.
So,
There goes the microphone.
Sorry.
Okay, Paula's hooking back up so we can all hear the great things she has to say.
Okay, so what I wanted to do today is show you this card first, how I did this technique. And we're going to start with cardstock, 5.5 by 11.5. So you can just use a regular 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock if you want, and then cut it at 5.5. So here we are.
Okay, so we've got 5.5 by 11.5 to start with.
Yep.
And we will, I'll take a picture of Paula's notes here and we'll post them with our blog post today. I'll send those off to Janet.
So then you're going to score at 1/4, 3 3/4, and 7 1/4. Right there. So you end up with a card that's 5.5 by 4 1/4. So then you fold it, and we're going to cut out a little section. You see here how there's 3 layers. So we're going to cut out this section right here.
So to get the back piece is your full size, and then your other pieces are smaller.
So you're going to cut with the 1/4 inch edge at the top like this.
Okay, so at the top of your trimmer, you're going to put the 1/4 inch fold.
And you're going to cut, let's see, 5/8 inch. Cut down 5/8 inch.
So where are you measuring your 5/8, Paula?
This is, so here's our little trough for cutting. Here's a 1/4 and 1/2 and 5/8 inch.
Okay.
Is that correct? Let's measure it to make sure. Yes. So I just recently discovered that, thinking about why
Pretty
is this
cool.
here. So 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, and I'm going to go to 5/8 inch. And it doesn't matter too much, but if you do this, then it kind of lines up symmetrically on the front. So we're going to cut down from the top to the last fold. Can you see my fold right there?
So we stop at the fold.
Yep. And then I'm just going to snip that off on the fold line. And there's that. And then we have another piece of cardstock that is 2 3/4 by 4 1/4.
Okay, and I will take a picture of Paula's notes, and then Janet can post that with the blog when she posts the blog.
Here, these are very popular, and I don't own one because
Yet.
they come in and they go out.
That's true.
But this is a little glue holder. So we're going to put a little bit of glue on that fold, and then we're going to stick this piece of cardstock to the fold. And then it sticks up the 1/4 inch flap sticks up a little bit above the,
Do you just snip that off?
yes. So just give me a moment here while I get my glue to dry.
So while you do that, I'm going to tell you that Mary Perry, who's been a customer of ours since before we opened, her birthday's October 1st, and she felt honored when we opened our store on her birthday.
Oh,
So,
that was very
happy
thoughtful of you.
birthday to you, Mary.
Okay, so you can see that these are symmetrical. That's what I was talking about. The
So you have the
distance
same
between
amount
the
of
flaps.
space between each one.
Yeah,
And you just snipped off that little piece?
I did
that
just
was
snip
hanging
off that little
Okay.
piece, and then I thought
Oh,
it was.
you prepared some things.
Yes, I did some go ahead work, and I think it's fun that we're several of us have decided we would also do a different theme with what we created for Enchanted Autumn, just to show you other ways to use it. I am in love with this Vicky Bouton paper and ephemera.
It's called Warm Wishes, and so am I, Paula. It's called Warm Wishes, and there is a whole category out on our web store, Vicki Boutin Warm Wishes, and it's really cool. We just got the stickers in. We had not gotten the stickers in before, and we just got in the new chipboard pieces. And these online, these didn't look that big, but these are pretty substantial.
And those are neat because they're not really Christmassy. I mean, they're kind of Christmas colors, but those hearts you could use
them for other things. So Vicki Boutin was so popular when her color study came out this last summer. And so when her Christmas collection came out, we were super excited. And we're going to be showing her album done up here in a couple days with all the warm wishes.
That'll be terrific. I'm excited to see that.
And I'm happy you're making a card.
So I'm just gluing these pieces now. This is cut, so now we just decorate. So these two front pieces are 2.5 by 4. I'm just going to glue those on there. And it's so fun picking out your paper. And then I found this little ephemera piece in the Vicki Boutin.
Oh, that's so cute.
Isn't he cute?
Oh my gosh. So that's going to be, I bet, in this pack here. Because the other pack I have, and I haven't used this one.
There's a couple of these. There's one with the little mouse and one with the reindeer, I think.
There's one with a bird, it looks like. Let's
Maybe
see, which one do you have? The
little mouse.
So it's pretty cool pieces. I'm going to have to add that to my album. And I'm pretty interested in the stickers because I hadn't seen those.
Yeah, I hadn't either. So the next thing, I was going to show you squirrel moment.
We love squirrels, Paula.
So
I love that.
I was experimenting with this luster wax, and this is the silver. And this is, as Maggie said, a lifetime supply. So I went online and looked at the instructions from Sizzix on how to use it. Very sparingly. You take some out and you put it on your paper. And then
rub it in with your finger?
Yeah, just rub it in with your finger. So I took some then and kind of added it to the edges of my paper, and
that's really cool.
And a little on the top of the pine cone. And
you know, a lot of us do the inking and stuff, but you don't think about adding the luster wax.
Yeah,
we might add some distress ink to our edges, but that is amazing.
And the lighter the better, because you can always go back in and add more. And I think I was like too heavy here, and I liked it better here when I almost, like, you have almost nothing on your finger and go in and a little on the pine cone. And I think it looks better in person than it probably does on the video.
Oh, I'm sure it does. It does look amazing. I don't know how you even thought of that. That's a wowzer for me.
I saw it sitting up there on the shelf, and I wanted to use it. So here's another thing we're going to glue on here.
Now, if you're wondering about the glue holder, it's at an angle, and you put your glue in it upside down, and that way your glue always stays in the tip, and you don't have to like pick up your bottle and shake it or try to get your glue down in the tip.
Always ready.
And it keeps it from clogging too, because you've got the liquid glue in the tip.
And we have a couple of these in the clear, and we have one in a bright aqua, which I thought about getting because then it's going to stand out on your
then you can find it. That's so true.
So then you just go ahead and add your decorations and embellishments. It's fun to pick the paper. The next two pieces of paper are going to be 3 1/4 by 4 1/2.
They're asking if you can see through the luster wax.
No, not really.
It's pretty opaque.
Yep. If you go super light, you can sort of see through it. Right there where I went really light, you can kind of see through it. But I wouldn't count on it. Okay, so let's just glue these real quick. Think about, too, when you're doing this, how is it going to look as you add it? Because they're going to show.
So like on this one, what Paula is saying is she's got the stripe behind that solid green with the florals, and it shows because it's the next page of your card, and then she's got the darker orange floral on the back. So that's a good tip. A lot of times we have tips from things that we do,
Yeah.
and then we're like, "Oh, don't do this."
Exactly. And another thing about this Vicky Bouton paper, it's called Warm Wishes, and I feel it is Christmassy, but there's also a lot of the papers that are more wintry instead of Christmassy, like this. I love this paper.
That one, is that on the back of?
I didn't bring them all.
Okay.
But, yep.
But look at this Vicky Bouton paper. That would be a great, you could put a special photo in the middle of that, or it could be the first page of your album. Or in my little 6x8 album, I actually cut it apart, and I'll show that when I bring the album.
These are from the pack. Easy to put on.
Oh yeah, those are cute.
And I probably would distress that if I had more time. And I like the craft background
The
with it
mittens are
too.
really cute. I like the craft too.
And then you can put a stamp here if you want. I brought this, I thought it was a pretty fun stamp. I purchased this a while ago and we still have some. The snowflakes are great, and the snowman in the jar. Happy Christmas, let it snow.
It's nice because it has a big image, it has little images, and then it also has words. So you kind of get it all. And this one is called, believe it or not, Snow Jar. So if you typed in Snow Jar, or else you can go online and go to stamps and go to woodware, and you'll be able to find that stamp with the cute snowman. And he even has a little bird friend standing next to him in the snow.
Another thing that is included in this Vicky Bouton line is a set of washi tape. And
I'm going to turn it like this, Paula, so people can see all
Yeah.
the neat patterns. I think you get 7 rolls, maybe 8. Oh, there we go. Warm Wishes. Are you making this up as you go along, Paula?
I kind of am. I knew what I wanted to use.
You're doing a great job.
Probably haven't had enough
impressed.
coffee yet today.
Well, and everybody, Paula's even here on her day off.
Yeah. I just love coming to Memory Bound no matter what. Okay. So, yes,
Oh my
I am.
gosh, I love that. I love that collection too, so this card is even better.
And then you could wrap twine around it if you want, or put a band closure.
Or a message. You could put a message on the front, or
Yeah.
very, very cute.
Okay, the other one that I wanted to show you today is
I'll set this over here, Paula.
it's called a mini Mura, M-I-U-R-A, mini Mura. So this one starts with a 5.5 by 12 piece of cardstock. You're going to score it at 4 and at 8. And then to get these,
That looks tricky, Paula.
so far it's easy, like this.
You're going to make it easy for us.
Yeah, it's easy.
So you said a 5.5 by 12,
Yep,
and then
so-
you scored in thirds, right?
Yep.
4 and 8.
Yep,
Okay.
Yep. And then you take your ruler and a pencil, and at each fold line you measure down 1 3/4 inches and make a little mark. And then here we are on the other fold at the opposite end. So this was, we'll say this is the bottom. So you go up 1 3/4, and then over here on this fold you go down 1 3/4 from the top and make a mark. And then you score it in whatever manner that you want, from the fold, the top of the fold, to that little dot. Just score it.
Okay, so you're scoring like a big triangle on each
Yep.
side.
And then the same over here. You score it if you have a scoreboard, or just a bone folder and a ruler, from the corner to the dot.
Paula, obtuse triangle somehow popped in my head, but I
Really?
don't remember what an obtuse triangle is. I don't know if that's it or not, but
Okay, somebody has to Google
somebody will
that
have
for
to
us.
find out for us. Some weird things come to my mind, and I don't know why, but it
Well,
happens.
that's good. Were you a math major?
No, I was not. I liked math, but I was not a math major.
Oh boy. Okay, so then 1 side, you just kind of work with it. Go slowly, and one side one area you fold towards the inside, just kind of working it with your hands gently, and then fold it in. The other side, the other end, you're going to fold it out.
Paula, I absolutely love this. I'm going to be making this card.
Great.
I love it.
Okay, so then you decorate. And again, using the Vicky Boughton paper, what you do here is you kind of line this up at the bottom, and then you can see that is underneath ruler. You can see that the fold, you can see that there.
You can see that line. That fold,
Not talking very
where it's
well.
folded down, we can see that.
Okay, so again, just kind of line it up where you want it, and then take your pencil and draw a line, and then we can just snip this off real quick. It will not go clear to the corner. That's just the way it is.
It won't go clear to the corner.
Your line, don't be alarmed if this line on your pattern paper doesn't go way up to the corner.
Okay.
It's just kind of the way it is. And if you wanted to take the time to fuss around and
You could trim it more
yeah,
if you wanted
so
to.
that it
Okay.
but that doesn't bother me too much. So I just did it lined up with the fold behind. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so then this piece of paper that you cut off, you can flip it over
Oh, here
if
we
you
go.
want and use it here. Or, yeah. Okay, there's just a way of decorating it there. Put that in there, lines up nice. And then, let's see, so I have this one already.
She's done her Rachel Ray pull it out of the oven trick. That's what I call it. You know how they're like, we're putting the casserole in the oven now at 350 for 2 hours. And then she turns around and pulls one out that's been baking.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay.
The off-camera work.
The off-camera work.
So Paula's putting all her pieces together then on the card. And here's the one she made with the Enchanted Autumn, so you can kind of see. It looks like with this one, Paula, you took the piece you cut off and just put it on the top.
Yes.
So you can do that, or you can flip it
And see, on that one, I trimmed it a little.
a little more.
I did better. But you don't have to.
Well, Sharon says you make complicated cards doable.
Oh, thank
And
you.
that's really what it's all about.
Yeah, that's right. It looks impressive and didn't take a whole lot. And then again, we talk about using the end of your paper, the label.
Oh, yeah.
So this is the label on the paper. You cut it off, and look at this.
Always save those strips because they come in handy.
So I saved this one because I had used that ornament paper. And this kind of goes along with it. And then I'm just going to glue this on here.
Oh, you making a little band?
Yes.
Those are perfect for paper bands.
Yeah.
They call them belly bands, but belly's kind of
I hate that.
hard for me to say.
Me too.
So here's the strip that she's using. It's off of this paper from Warm Wishes that's got the ornaments, and it's called Deck the Halls. And then on the back of the barcode strip, she's using this ornament paper, which is really smart, and putting it on top of some craft for a little border that she's making a little band that will hold the card shut.
Good
I
explanation.
think we're all was that a good explanation?
Yes. You've had more coffee than me today.
I was giving you gluing time.
Thank
Paula.
you.
And if you're just joining us, Paula's here today and she's showing us how to make 2 different card styles. What was this one called again, Paula?
This is the Mini Mura.
Mura.
M-I-U-R-A. And then
Okay,
also-
Marcia has helped me out. An obtuse triangle is one with
Oh.
a greater than 90 degree and 2 acute angles. I believe that, Marcia, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that might have qualified when we were scoring, that you've got that. It was this right here. This right here, I believe, could still be an obtuse, but correct me if I'm wrong. I think that's bigger than 90 degrees. But I'm not really sure now.
I'm not very good. So, and then where do you?
I'm doubting
where do you,
myself.
Where do you start your degree from?
I don't
if you're
know.
using your
Well, each
protractor.
angle, I believe that's a 45. It might not be a 90.
Here's a 90.
Yeah. So I think we're right then, because that is a bigger than 90 degree right there. I know the kids are back in school, but us older people, we can learn too.
Okay, then I'm just going to put this on and glue it in place. Remember that you don't want to get it so tight that it doesn't come off, so be careful about that. You could notch the end right here. And then look at this cute thing that came in the
yes.
embellishment. Special delivery to and from that you could add to the front of that.
And that one is in the other cardstock. Let's see what the names of these are. Maybe they don't have names. I guess you have to go by pictures. Oh, this is a 40 piece. So there's the circle right there that Paula put on the front of the card, and that is on the 40 piece. And then the other item she was using are from the 50 piece.
And then one other thing that I wanted to kind of remind you of is, because this is going to be folding up inside the card, you can go off the edge with these.
Oh, that I need a visual on that, Paula. Chris did confirm the obtuse triangle, by the way.
Oh, good. You are so smart.
Oh, aren't I though? Yes.
So
All the things I need to know. Okay, let me get up here. Okay. All right, do it again, Paula. I got a
Okay.
better angle. Speaking of angles, I got a better one now.
okay, see
Oh,
that
yeah.
this folds up inside the card,
So it's even more of a surprise.
so you can go off the edge. And same thing here. This is going to go in the back. Just be sure that you don't
Watch where
cover your folds.
watch where you put your-
and where you put your glue, right?
So if you're not sure, kind of put it on there temporarily or clip it on and then close up your card, and then you'll be able to see better.
So that's kind of fun.
Yeah, I think
Something
it's
a
very
little different.
fun.
And you don't even know it's there. Look at
So
that.
you open it and it's like, whoa. Well, especially because you have all these ornaments hanging there.
Yeah.
Cool to have another one there at the bottom.
You could add some gold twine or something like that. So here's
I
the
love it.
Enchanted Autumn for Hope, who's making her special book.
Oh, yes. And I never got Hope's pictures posted yesterday, but I will do that today.
So this didn't, I didn't have anything that was going off the edge on this one, but in the pictures I saw, one was a butterfly theme, and they had butterflies going off the edge.
Oh, that would be neat.
Okay.
That is really cool. I love it, Paula. I learned a lot today. I hope all of our viewers learned a lot too, because it's turned out really neat. And those are cards that you made it like, oh gosh, we could do that. So here's the one that has the 4 different sections when you open it up. And that is like this one. Oh, you know what? I'll take pictures of these together, and then when Janet posts it, we'll need it.
Okay.
And Kathy says it's a waboom.
Ah,
So we
thanks.
always love wabooms. So Paula, thank you so much for all those great ideas. I think you're getting lots of hearts, and I think everyone likes it just as much as I do. And I learned a lot, so I'm glad that I got to videotape today, and that Dawn is off on a journey.
Yeah, to New
So I got to see
Mexico.
how
I
to
wonder
do
if it's
this.
as hotter there than it is here.
I bet it is. Janet says super fun folds, and Chris says she's going to make one with Halloween paper.
Oh, okay.
So you can make any kinds of themes, just change up your paper and your embellishments. And today Paula used the Warm Wishes from Vicki Boutin.
And we have the wonderful
And
Enchanted
Enchanted
Autumn. Yeah.
So thank you. We have a few things to show, and I think Maggie was going to join me for that if she's not too busy. Maggie, you busy?
Here I come.
Here comes Maggie. Paula, thanks again for showing us those cards.
Well, thanks for
for
sharing-
remembering how you made them too.
Thanks
since it was
for
a few weeks
sharing
ago.
the wonderful Enchanted Autumn paper with us.
Oh,
It was such a
gosh.
fun challenge.
I thought you were going to say my math skills on angles and
Well,
triangles.
that too. That is the most memorable moment of the day.
I'm sure it is.
Maggie left us.
Okay. So Kelly, we have a customer that just walked in the store that drove all the way from Michigan to see
does
us.
she want to say hi to
She
everybody?
doesn't want to be on camera, but I
So we
thought
have a
I'd tell you.
customer here that just came from Michigan to see us.
Like 8.5
and-
hours.
8.5 hours just to come to Memory Bound? Oh my gosh.
She's one of our video people that we see her name.
I
Her
don't
name's
see
Sue.
her out there. Oh, Sue.
Yes.
Well, everybody welcome Sue because she drove here all the way from Michigan. I think if you look way back there, you could maybe see her. She doesn't know. Oh, she's waving. Well, Sue, thanks for coming the distance for sure. We really appreciate
She
it.
even brought Michigan treats.
Oh gosh, we love treats,
Yeah.
don't we, Maggie?
Yes.
All right. Do you want to do the camera or do you want to show stuff?
Well, I'll show this and then I'll
okay.
take the camera.
All right. Show us this.
So yesterday, Teresa and I were kind of doing some reorganization, and we came across this card kit, and we're not sure that we have actually shown the actual made-up cards. We've shown this product before, but this is the actual cards that are made from snail mail, and you can actually
And it
buy.
makes 8 cards.
There's
and-
the card kit right there.
Oh, I got the wrong thing. So it's a card kit, and it's called Snail Mail. It's $13.99, and it makes 8 cards, and they're all layered. Bonnie put these together for us. Like, look at that light bulb.
And then if you buy one more set of stickers, you can make another whole set, right?
You can. If you add a sticker sheet, there's double the paper that you need in the kit, and you can make a whole nother set of cards. You'll need your card bases, of course, but most of us have those, or we have cardstock we can use.
But we just thought they were way too cute for.
They are really cute.
Not
and
to
for
show.
$13.99, it's Janny said she's made them and it's a fun one. So she's our testimonial.
And people are always looking for card
Corrine
kits.
has it and loves it. So it's a good basic one. It's a nice thank yous for people that you can send. And I love it. It's called Snail Mail.
Okay, Kelly.
All right, we have a couple other products to show. And we've got in 2 new embossing folders. And you know, embossing folders, they've become kind of hard to find. And Dawn was able to find both of these from, who are these from? Creative Expressions. We have Quilted Pillow and Dottie Flourish. And these are a little bit larger, so you can make bigger cards or projects with them. So those are new. Those are $7.49, and they're going to be online under Tools and Embossing Folders. And speaking of embossing folders, we got more of this one in, and these are so hard to see. They need to repackage these or do something. This is from Spellbinders, and it's called Plaid Company. And somebody used plaid on their project. I think Leanne did when we show Leanne's banner. But they use the plaid embossing folder. Then we got in some Spellbinders dies.
Will they fit in the big shot?
Yes.
Yes.
So we have the Woodland Garden. And these are Spellbinders dies. These are the Susan dies that make your dimensional flowers and projects. And this is, ooh, do you know how to pronounce that, Maggie? I know you got your glasses on.
Where does it say it?
Gallardia?
Gaillardia.
Gallardia.
Gaillardia.
Gallardia. Sounds good. So, and you can see the really pretty flowers those make.
Diana said, as pretty as the pictures are in the front, they're even prettier made up.
Oh, I'm sure they are. Now this one I do know. This is a Christmas cactus. I'm very familiar with this, kind of like an
I
obtuse
love that.
triangle. And there's the dies. Once you shape the paper and you color it and you layer it, they look real.
So pretty.
And then we have winterberry and mistletoe.
And do those fit in the basket also?
Um,
Could you put those in the basket?
I have to go find the basket. I don't have a basket die here, but I think they would because these do. So I would think you could have them coming out of the basket, and you could probably even like cut them down a little bit as you're
So the
making them.
basket is separate then?
Yes.
Okay.
And then we have the lantern back in stock. And I'm going to flip this because this would be really neat for Christmas or Halloween. And it's got the candle, so you could use the candle separately. And it's big enough, it'd be nice on a scrapbook layout.
And I saw that in one of Tim's makes. Oh my gosh, it was beautiful.
Was it really?
They made it rusty, like they made it look rusty. It was really cool.
Oh. And this is rings around the edges. And this was one of the die cuts that came in the Susan kit. There was a virtual class, and we, believe it or not, Maggie, we do have 2 class kits available, and this class is on Facebook. It's already happened, but the videos and all the samples are still out there on a private Facebook group, and it's really bad because I have no idea how much this costs. It's not priced. I'm thinking maybe it's $40, but you can give us a call and we'd be happy to help you with it. And you get a full spool of the ribbon, and this shows you the ring around the circles die. That's what it looks like when you cut it.
That's really pretty.
So, all right. Then we got a few things in, a few themes. Everybody's looking for dance, and it's very hard to find, but we got in this ballet paper. Thank you, Dawn, for finding that. And a ballet title. And then we got in 2 dancers, and these are all going to be online under sports and dance.
A drive-by.
There goes Katie. Okay, now I have 3 very special papers to show. And these are photos that we have had printed into papers. And here's a photo of the sand dunes that Dawn actually took on one of her trips. Isn't that beautiful?
I can imagine being on a camel here.
I think that looks like a very warm place. And then this one is called Mountain 3. And Jennifer took this picture, and I think it was recently. We'll have to ask her for sure. And then we have another one that Dawn took called Mountain 2.
So these are actually photos?
Mhm.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Aren't they amazing?
Oh, wow.
And then we have Mountain 1. And these papers are all, they're $1, and they're online under travel and Colorado.
I didn't know that they were actual photos that you
Yeah,
had taken.
they're photos. Aren't they neat? We can have paper made out of photos.
Very cool.
Yippee. Okay, one last thing. This Friday night, if you have already purchased the Botanical Journal Vintage Card Kit, just a reminder that Friday night at 6:30 Central Time, we're going to have a live video. Excuse me. And we're going to be making these cards. So we have 7 kits left. If you didn't get one and you want to make one, you don't have to be there on Friday night. You can watch the video anytime. You can make the cards with the directions, but these all have the aged Scotch tape on them with the alcohol ink. So if you have it and you're going to be there Friday night, you have this kit already. It's $23.99 and it comes with your Scotch tape. And we put Scotch tape in there because it requires a special kind of Scotch tape. It sounds silly, but you got to have a glossy. But there is not alcohol ink in here, so make sure that you've got a brown alcohol ink. I use the caramel is the color that I used on these cards. If you like this color, that's what it looks like. You could use latte. You could use any type of a gold or a lighter brown, and they're so fun because they look like aged tape. And it makes your cards look more vintage, and I think these are great cards for the fall. And gosh, I don't even remember how many cards we're making. Is it 10?
Lori Nelson says grab one for her.
So there's 10 cards, and then you get a bonus paper in there that has cut apart like tags on it, and they've stuck them down underneath here, but there's a couple tags on the bonus paper. So you get a sheet of paper that we don't even use. You're going to have extra stuff. And Maggie, I wanted to show this for those that already have their alcohol ink. These are what some of the colors look like. So this is the caramel that I used, but if you had ginger or sandal, you could use mushroom or latte. Those are some of the other colors. Oh, here's my updated list. Just to give you an idea. I don't know that you really want red pepper or enchanted, although you could do a pink.
Mm-hmm.
There are pinks in the flowers.
You
know, you can experiment. The other thing is, save your package. Don't throw away this bag. because that's what we're going to color our tape on. This plastic is great to put your tape on, you ink it up, and then you can peel it off. So we want to be sure and save that. And then you will need felt or a felt applicator, something to put your ink on your tape with. So those are the important things. And here's the alcohol ink that I used. And we're going to make these together on Friday night. I'm kind of excited. I haven't done that before. And then I wanted to mention, if you like the aged Scotch tape, then we do have this project called the Great Escape Paper Bag Album. That sounds kind of funny, doesn't it? The Great Escape. And it comes with your paper bag album and twine and your paper. It comes with a tablet.
I do say I can't find my way out of a wet paper bag. Does that go with that?
That probably goes with it perfectly. This is $24.99, and I'm mentioning it just because it's got the same tape technique. So if you like that, this might be a fun project to make. And it's got pockets and tags, and you'll see where we've added. I kind of added the tape as an afterthought because I thought it worked really well with this paper and collection. So that's another project. And that's the Great Escape Paper Bag Album. And then Friday night we're doing the Botanical Journal Vintage Cards. And it's going to make 10 cards. And it says right here, watch class live on Memory Bound's Facebook page, Friday, August 27th at 6:30. So, and you can watch it if you're not doing the class. It's not something that it's private or anything. So,
okay, Marla says, what is the name of the kit and the cost? So the flower one, which is your live class, is how much?
this one is $23.99.
And it's called Botanical Journal Vintage Cards Class.
Mm-hmm. And you're going to get your card bases, your envelopes, your paper, your tape. You don't have alcohol ink, so you're going to need alcohol ink for that. And here are the cards. You make 10 cards. And then the other kit is the Great Escape Paper Bag Album. And I'm mentioning it because we're doing the same technique with the Scotch tape where you age it. And this one is $24.99. And it's the little, really cute little book here.
Elena, can you go ahead and call the store and we'll pull one for you?
Yeah, we'd be glad to. So anyway, I'm just going to let everybody know we are getting boxes upon boxes this week. We are going to be loaded with new freight by the end of the week. So, and I'm not sure where we're going to put it all. So stay tuned later in the week. We're going to have lots of new product coming in and more fun with Enchanted Autumn. Tomorrow I get to show you one of Dawn's projects from the Enchanted Autumn, and it's one of my favorite projects also. So we'll be doing that tomorrow. On Thursday, Katie will be here, and on Friday I'm going to show you how I made probably the puzzle card. I'm going to do a puzzle card on Friday. So I think that's what we have today. Thank you everybody for all your kind comments, for joining us, and thank you Paula for showing us those really cool card techniques.
One more question, we buy the tape separately?
Yes, we do have the tape. It's online. It's either, I think it's under miscellaneous adhesive or Scotch adhesive, but absolutely you can.
Okay.
And if you're getting the kit, the tape is in the kit.
If you look soon, you're on camera.
And we do have, there's Katie. We do have a video on our YouTube channel about aging Scotch tape. So if you want to just go out and learn how to age Scotch tape, go to YouTube and search on Memory Bound Papercraft Store, and then go through our videos, and there's one there where we age Scotch tape. So have a great day, a crafty day, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, so I put finish.